Manchester United have been humiliated 7-0 away at Anfield. An absolute fucking disgrace from the manager, the players, everyone today. An absolute fucking disgrace. 7-0 away at Liverpool. I mean, that is literally unacceptable from Manchester United. Any Manchester United team that's put out there, that is absolutely unacceptable. 7-0. And a lot's going to rumble on about that, and who's to blame for it. A number of the players have let Manchester United massively down this afternoon. 7-0 is just completely unacceptable. There's just no which ways to talk about it. Performances from certain players are abysmal today. I mean, you can say it's a bad day at the office, but to lose 7-0, you just can't excuse anything for that. You really can't. I mean, when was the last time Manchester United lost 7-0? I don't know, but that is just horrendous from Manchester United. I mean, I've not been on the high horse that some people have with Manchester United, saying that Manchester United are back and Manchester United are going to do this, going to win quadruples, going to win all this. I haven't, because I know that Manchester United is still very much a long way away from being a great team. We are a very long way away from being a good team, and we've had some very good wins lately against the likes of Barcelona. In my opinion, we're still a slightly average Manchester United squad, and that is how I felt. I've not been in high praise of a number of these players, because I don't think a number of these players are still Manchester United level of quality. But Ten Hag of late has got some of these players playing at a higher level than I think that they actually are, and I'm not too sure if that's gonna last on a regular basis or not. And today we've seen a horrendous Manchester United display and horrendous Manchester United scoreline. I mean, the likes of Bruno Fernandes, who give away so many stupid balls in games. I mean, I've been a massive critic of him of late this season. I mean, in the past he scored a number of goals for Manchester United and got a number of assists. Yes, we've seen the stats are very good, but he does often give away so many balls, and it is, for me, a very frustrating player. But there are other players that at Manchester United that I'm struggling to see starting for this Manchester United team next season. And I mean, that may be a credit to Ten Hag that he's been able to beat the likes of Newcastle in a League Cup final, when you're playing the likes of Weghorst up front, who, in my opinion, is not good enough to play in the Premier League. You've got the likes of Anthony, who, for me, are not good enough to play for Manchester United. And maybe that's a credit to Ten Hag that Manchester United have been in the position that they have been. I mean, third position for me is no good for Manchester United, obviously, moving forward into next season. It won't be no good then, but this season it's obviously is acceptable due to the fact where Manchester United have been in recent years, definitely. But moving forward, we'll have to look to replace the likes of Weghorst and Anthony and players like that ilk and get better players in. It's just going to have to happen. I think there's a lot of areas that Manchester United need to improve. We've got to hope that this is just a one-off, and that Manchester United don't play like this again, because that was really shocking for Manchester United, and we want to finish the season on a high, at least get in that third position. Even if we can't win anything else, at least get in that third position, and then in the summer we've got to go again and build on this, get 3 or 4 marquee signings in, because that's what I've wanted all along. Even when Manchester United have been winning a lot of games, and we've won 12, 13 home games at one point in a row, I still looked at it and thought this squad is not strong enough to maintain what Manchester United want, and we've seen that with that West Ham game where it wasn't good enough. And yes, Liverpool played well today, but the squad just isn't strong enough to compete at the top end. The overall squad, with the amount of games Manchester United have got, and maybe that's just caught up with Manchester United today. But yes, Liverpool played well, but 7-0. I just don't really know what else to say on this today. It's just fucking horrendous to lose 7-0 away at Anfield and pretty much almost put Liverpool in that Champions League spot, which is the worst thing for me, is the fact that Liverpool are now probably going to get that 4th place, and they're probably only about 6 or 7 points behind Manchester United, and they've had an abysmal season. That is the biggest kick in the nuts out of this game. It really is. With the likes of Spurs and Newcastle keep losing, it's going to put Liverpool in that position, and that is heartbreaking to see Liverpool get that 4th position, because then they're going to build again and go again next season. But you hope that Manchester United can improve next season, get 3 or 4 world-class players into the team to bolster that squad, because you look at the lack of probably fitness is going to be in the remainder of the season, where we've got so many games, and maybe it has caught up with Manchester United. As we've said, he rotated in that game against West Ham, probably thinking about this game, and that backfired, and he had to bring reinforcements off the bench because the players that you're bringing into the fold are not at the level of the ones that are starting games for Manchester United. But we've lost, I mean, 7-0, it is a disgrace, and it's very embarrassing, but the same result would have been if Manchester United had lost 2 or 3-0, to be honest. It's not really going to change anything. We wouldn't have got any points out of it anyway, so we've just got to move on from this game very, very quickly, move on to the next one, because the next one's going to come thick and fast now. Again, I think we've got a Europa League game coming up next. I haven't even looked at the fixtures, so we've got to go again in that one and hope that Manchester United can bounce back from this humiliation. I mean, I just don't really know what else to say. I'm just lost for words that we've let in 7 fucking goals. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, smash the share button, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.